The second problem in present worth. A businessman has two investment proposals, P and Q, in front of him to help him expand his operation. The net cash flows of the proposal are shown in the table. Compare the present worth of proposal P with that of Q at I equals 13%. Which proposal should be selected? Next, we shall move on to this problem. So here there are two proposals. A businessman, he has two proposals, that is P and Q, and the end of years they have given 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 total. So 4 years they have given. So for the proposal P, at 0 period they have given as minus 20,000. For one they have given as 7,000. For the second year they have given as 9,000. For the third year they have given as 7,000, and for the fourth year they have given as 8,000. In a similar way they have given for proposal Q also. So considering rate of interest as 13%, we need to compare these two proposals and we need to select which proposal is the best one. How to tackle such kind of problems? In the previous problem we discussed, like they had given for all the years they have given A, that is annual revenue they had given. So in this problem they have given, so for the first year it is different, for the second year it is different, for the third year and so on, right? So the problem here, it is different. So how we need to tackle such kind of problems? The first step is we have to list all the given data. After that we need to proceed with cash flow diagram. Then we shall proceed with compound interest table. Fine. So for the proposal P, right, I'll write it here. For proposal P. Okay. So 0 means it is at time 0. It means to say initial investment they have given. So minus 20,000, it indicates what? It indicates investment. If they had given plus 20, it means to say that is revenue, right? So in the problem they have not specified any cash inflows as well as cash outflows. We need to understand which are all cash outflows and which are all cash inflows. Since in the problem they have given us minus 20,000, the meaning is it is cash outflow. Means your spending amount at time 0. So for proposal P, initial investment, that is P, he has given as 20,000 rupees, 20,000. Okay, first year he has given, right? And rate of interest they have specified as 13%. You write like this: to find present worth of proposal P. How to find this? So we need to draw the cash flow diagram for proposal P. So how many years they have given? They have given us 4 years, right? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Rate of interest they have given as 13%. So here for proposal P, it is minus 20,000, means to say it is cash outflow, your spending amount at time 0, which indicates you have to draw the cash outflow at time 0, that is downward arrow, it is 20,000. And for first year they have given us 7,000, it is cash inflow. So you are getting revenue at first year. If they had given in the problem, if they had given minus 7,000, you would have written downward arrow, correct? So here they have given as plus 7,000, you need to indicate in the upward arrow, right? So here it is 7,000. Here for the second year it is 9,000. For the third year it is 7,000. For the fourth year it is 8,000. So there is no salvage value. So this is what the cash flow diagram CFD for proposal P. So this cash flow diagram is very important. Okay, how to tackle this problem? So you need to understand here, if they had given 7,000, 7,000, 7,000 and 7,000 all the 4 years, if they had given 7,000, means to say this is A, that is annual revenue. You need to convert A to P. But since in the problem they had given different annual revenues, here different revenues, right? Here it is 7,000, 9,000, again 7,000 and 8,000. So we need to consider each as a future amount and we need to convert to P. We are calculating present worth. Here we have to consider this as future amount and we need to convert to P. This as future amount and you need to convert to P. So if you consider this, you just imagine it is in this way. This is your future amount, you need to convert to P. So at the last, so you just eliminate these things and you need to convert only 8,000 to present amount. That is how we need to proceed, correct? So I will write to find present worth of proposal P, right? So how to calculate this? Present worth of proposal P is given by present worth of inflow minus present worth of outflow, correct? So present worth of revenue minus present worth of cost. In this problem, the inflow is, these are all the upward arrow that indicates inflows. So outflow is what? Only 20,000. So inflows, how many we have? 7,000, 9,000 and so on, right? So how we need to write this? We know you consider this as your future amount. So you can consider, you know what is, say I will call this as A1, this as A2, this as A3 and this as A4. So I know inflow, right? So I know what is A1. To find P, this you need to consider as future amount, right? To find P when F is known, I comma N, plus A2 to find present worth when future amount is known, I comma N, plus A3 to find P when future amount is known, I comma N, okay, plus A4 to find P when F is known, I comma N, okay. These are all what? These are all revenues minus outflow we have 20,000. So you need to write 20,000. So I will write in this way. A1 we know, right? It is 7,000, that is future amount. So you can write F1, F2, F3 or F4. A1 is 7,000. To find P when future amount is known, I is how much? They have given us 13% and N is 1 first year, plus A2 we know, A2 is 9,000 to find P when F is known. I is how much? I you need to consider as 13%, N as 2 plus A3 is 7000 to find P when F is known. I 13%, N you need to take it as 3 plus A4 is 8000 to find P when F is known. I 13%, N you need to consider it as 4 minus 20,000. Okay, by considering the compound interest table, you will get these values. To find P when F is known, 13% first year, 13% second year, 13% third year, 13% fourth year. So what are the values we get from compound interest table? 7,000. So you have to go for 13% in compound interest table, you have to go for 13% page, and there the n values, number of interest periods, is only 1. So you will get 0.88496 plus 9,000, you will get 0.78315 plus 7,000, you will get 0.69305 plus 8,000, you will get it as 0.61332 minus 20,000. So if you calculate this entire thing, you will get it as present worth for proposal P, which is equal to rupees 2,999. This is what you will get present worth for proposal P. I hope the concept is clear here. So here you need to make a change here. So while writing this, say for example, if I consider only the second year, you have to just imagine this as 20,000. So this as your A2. That is how much? 9,000. So here 0, 1 and 2. You just, if I consider this part, this is your future amount. So you have to imagine in this way. If I consider only first year, you have to imagine only this part, leaving the rest. If I consider third year, you need to imagine only this part, leaving A1, A2 and A4. So for present worth for proposal P, we got it as 2,999. In a similar lines, we need to find present worth for proposal Q. If in the same problem, if they had given all the values, like say 8,000, then we would have written this, we need to convert all A's to P. Okay, this it is already converted. So how you are going to consider this? To find P when A is known. Instead of F, we would have written to find P when A is known. So A will be known, I comma N. Will get the solution for this. Since in the problem they have given different values, 7,000, 9,000, 7,000 and 8,000. So for each value we have to take it as future amount and we need to convert to present. This A1, basically here this A1 we are converting to P, A2 we are converting to P, A3 we are converting to P, A4 we are converting to P. All the future values we are converting to P and we are comparing with proposal Q, P and Q. Next we shall find out for proposal Q, the present worth for proposal Q. Here in this proposal, the initial investment they have given us same. That is how much? Rupees 20,000. You no need to take it as minus 20,000 because since in the problem they have not specified the cash inflow as well as the cash outflow. So if they have given minus, it means to say that is cash outflow. If they had given plus, it means to say it is cash inflows. So we shall find out present worth for proposal Q. I'll write the cash flow diagram for this proposal. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So initial investment they have given as 20,000. For the first year revenue is 10,000. For the second year the revenue it is 6,000. For the third year the revenue is 7,000, and for the fourth year the revenue it has generated as 6,000 at rate of interest 13%. Okay. So here to find present worth of proposal Q. So how you are going to find present worth of inflow minus present worth of outflow, or you can write it as present worth of revenue minus present worth of cost. So here we have inflow, so I'll treat this as A1, A2, A3 and A4. Okay. So don't get confused, since I am taking as A1, you can take F1, F2, F3 and F4 as well. This A1 is nothing but future amount. Okay. So here I know A1 to find P when F is known. Don't write to find P when A is known, because we have different values for each period, right? So to find present worth when future amount is known, I comma N, plus A2 to find P when future amount is known, I comma N, plus A3 to find P when F is known, I comma N, plus A4 to find P when F is known, I comma N, minus, so this is how much? This is revenue minus cost, it is 20,000. It is at time 0, you no need to convert. Okay. So here A1 is how much? It is 10,000. So 10,000 to find P when F is known, I is how much? 13%, N is 1, plus A2 6,000 to find P when F is known, I is 13%, N is 2, plus A3 7,000, P bar F 13%, N 3, plus 6,000 to find P when F is known, I comma N. I is how much? I is 13%, N is 4, N is 4 minus 20,000. Okay. So here what are all the values? 10,000 from compound interest table to find T when F is known for the 13% rate of interest, and for the first year you will get it as 0.88496 plus 6,000, you will get it as 0.78315 plus 7,000, 0.69305 plus 6,000 into 0.61332 minus 20,000. If you calculate this, you will get present worth for proposal Q. You will get it as rupees 2,079. So for proposal Q, we got it as 2079. So what was the answer we got it for Q? Present worth for, proposal. For proposal P, we had got it as rupees 2,999. So this was for proposal P. For proposal P, we got it as 2,999. For proposal Q, we got it as 2,079. Clearly it indicates for proposal P, it has the highest algebraic value compared to proposal Q. So means to say proposal P is the best alternative. So we can go for proposal P and we can reject proposal Q. You can write in this way, comparing proposal P and proposal Q, the algebraic value for proposal P is higher than proposal Q, so proposal P is best alternative. So in this way you have to compare the various alternatives. And one more thing, you just make a note, here they have, in the problem they have given as 13%. What if they had given 13.5%? So there what you need to do, so for rate of interest 13%, say for example I need to find P bar F where I say 13.5% and say N as 2 years. So for this I need to find what is the value. Okay, for 13% I will get some value, for 14% I will get some value, correct? We need to take average of these two values, that is nothing but your 13.5% value. So you need to take, you have from compound interest table, you need to consider for 13% as well as for 14%, and you need to take average of these two values, that gives the value for 13.5%. So this completes the problem. Next problem, a Xerox machine in a new locality with an initial outlay of rupees 1 lakh yields 80,000 during first year of its operations, and the yield increases by rupees 10,000 from its second year up to the 8th year of operation. At the end of the life of business, the machine becomes scrap and has zero salvage value. Find the present worth of the business assuming a rate of interest of 13% compounded annually. So in the third problem, so the initial investment they have given, so initial investment they had given as rupees 1 lakh, okay, and rate of interest they have given as 13% compounded annually. So, and uniform gradient series, this type of problem is uniform gradient series, so it increases. G they have given as 10,000. Okay, I will write a cash flow diagram for this problem, you will understand in a better way. So here we need to find present worth of Xerox machine. All right. find present worth of Xerox machine. So how will be the cash flow diagram for this type of problem? So number of years they have given as 8 years. Okay. Right, 0, 1, 2, 3. So for n equals 8. So initial investment they have given us 1 lakh. It means to say it is cash outflow. So this is P, that is rupees 1 lakh. And for the first year of operation, so they have given as rupees 80,000. So in the problem for the first year of operation they have given as rupees 80,000, that is A1 rupees 80,000. And from the second year of its operation it increases what? It increases 10,000 every year till the end of 8th year. This type of problem is uniform gradient series type of problem. Here G they have given as 10,000. For the first year they have given as A1. So from the second year it increases A1 plus G. So for the third year it will be A1 plus 2G. In a similar lines, if you find out for n equals 8, we will get it as A1 plus 7G. So A1 plus D is nothing but 80,000 plus G is 10,000, that is 90,000. So here present worth of Xerox machine is given by present worth of inflow minus present worth of outflow. So present worth of inflows, in the problem it is uniform gradient series. First we need to convert this gradient series to A, then from A to P. So how we are going to convert this? So we have the formula, right? So to find A when G and A1 is known, okay, we shall proceed with this compound interest table method. So how to find this? Inflows, how many we have? So here I can write this as A1 plus G to find what? To find A when G is known, I comma n. So basically this it converts to A, right? So this it converts to in this way. So here we have P, it converts to A. Basically the gradient form we are converting to A. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In similar way we will get it as n equals 8. So here we are converting all these to A. In turn we are finding P when A is known, correct? So this part it has converted to what? This has converted to A. The entire thing is A. So when A is known, we can find out, to find P when A is known, I comma n, correct? So here what is A1? A1 is 80,000. A1 is 80,000 plus G is 10,000. To find A when G is known, I how much? 13%. N how much you will take? N you will take it as 8 years. This entire thing into So to find P when A is known, I is 13%, N is 8. Okay, so here 80,000 plus 10,000, A bar Z, you will get it as 2.86851. Okay, so into P bar A, you will get it as 4.7987. So this entire thing is A. So to find, this one is to find P present when A is known, I comma N. You will get this. I is 13%, N is 8 years. So present worth of Xerox machine, what is the answer? P is 5,21,557. So this is what present worth of Xerox machine. So basically what we have done, we have converted uniform gradient to A, then in turn from A to P. So that completes the problem.